don't think Travis Kelce was trying to be a bad partner here in all this. I really don't. I think he was being a goofy guy who's never been married. I think that's Travis Kelce's downfall. But Travis Kelce last night during the Super Bowl media day where the players sit there and they've got reporters and citizen journalists just shouting questions at him, I thought he answered this question very poorly. But I don't believe he intended to answer this question very poorly. So he was asked about Taylor Swift's best meal. And here I'm thinking he's going to go into something like super romantic, something that, really hits home, some really nice dinner that she's made for the two of them. Some may say this question in and of itself is sexist. I don't think it is. I think it's a, fine, cute question to ask of a superstar couple who happens to be young and in love. Well, not that young anymore, but they're in love, right? I mean, let's be honest. They're not kids. I mean, they're mid-30s.
I'll say it. Young and in love.
Yeah, there you go.
It's all contextual.
True. From John's perspective, they are young and in love. From my perspective, as someone who's like the same age as him, it's like, guys, come on, get going here, all right? It's not like Travis is saving up for the ring. He's got the money. But he was asked, hey, what's the best meal that Taylor makes? And here's what he said.
She is quite the cook. I would say, man, I'm a breakfast guy, man. Her Pop-Tarts are unbelievable, man. Homemade Pop-Tarts, unbelievable.
Okay.
Hang on here.
Let's be very clear. He sets it up and he goes, she's quite the cook. She's quite the cook. Homemade Pop-Tarts. What? Wait, those two statements cannot possibly go together in the same sentence.
I will say this. She does a lot of baking from what I've seen on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
So I think for baking-wise, like cupcakes, stuff like that, he's probably thinking about that in his head, and he's like, man, I love those Pop-Tarts in the morning.
So you're going to give him the benefit of the doubt here, aren't you, Mark?
I'm going to back him.
Are you? What is wrong with you guys?
Pop-Tarts. There's a couple of places that make those. I'm like, hey.
Okay.
It's not the same thing out of the box.
Wait, hold on a second here.
It's like your New York pizza here, literally.
He says she's a great cook. Then he says, I'm a breakfast guy. And here I'm thinking like, French
Eggs
toast,
Benedict,
Eggs Benedict.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm thinking something exquisite, something super unique, super fresh. I don't know. Belgian waffles. Give me something, Travis. I love the homemade Pop-Tarts. That's right.
Boom, boom, boom.
There you go.
Now, are you thinking Kellogg's?
Well, no.
No, there's an art to making that pastry.
Is there really?
Yeah.
What is
I've
that
had a good
entail?
one, I will say that. Now, it's not like every place sells them.
Yeah.
So I understand, a lack of familiarity with them. So I am willing to give him the benefit of the doubt.
So, see, you guys are supposed to have my back here, not Travis's, but I see where this is going, and I'll accept it because he's playing in the Super Bowl. If you don't want to have my back, that's fine, but come on. Jeez, you're killing me here.
Well, usually when it comes to gastro and cuisine, you and I are on opposite ends.
That's
of that,
true.
so
That's
there's
true.
that part.
That's a good point.
Playing my role.
If it was just put it in the toaster Pop-Tart, yeah, that's a bad look. But I do think
with
she
you, Mark,
she
there.
makes it, handmade stuff. That's
Maybe
the
we
only
need to
reason I'm
find
going
somebody
against
to
you
give
on this.
Pete a nice give him.
Fine, I guess. I mean, if you guys really want to defend Taylor Swift being a Pop-Tart maker, I guess you can do that. I guess my disappointment is in Travis's food tastes. Because
There you go.
if Taylor is as good of a cook as he insists that she is, and no guy who's potentially on the verge of proposing to someone is going to be like, yeah, my significant other stinks at cooking, so he's got to say she's good at it. But then he says she's good at it by alluding to homemade Pop-Tarts. I'm not here for it.
I can relate to your disappointment in him. That whole cereal thing with what they came up with, I thought was a little bit of a mess.
I agree.
So I get you there.
Yeah, he likes a lot of little kid stuff, the cereal. He eats Uncrustables all the time. I've learned a lot about Travis listening to his podcast.
So really, all right,
Yeah,
so now
yeah.
we're coming around on the fact that Travis has the palate of my 4-year-old.
Yes,
is
that's
that
exactly
is that
right.
where
There you
we're
go.
at? Okay. So this is really more about Travis than it is about Taylor's. Who knows? You know what? Fine. I'll come around on this in real time. I'll come around on this and say Taylor might have made him Eggs Benedict. And he might have been like, oh, that's gross. like my kids do. But even my kids, they're coming around on eggs. They're starting to eat eggs. So Travis is like a 5-year-old. That's fine. So she's got to make him what he's willing to eat. I mean, you can't change a grown man's palate.
That's a nice partner.
Yeah. But now Taylor's got to teach him how to be an adult, okay? It's time for Travis to grow up. It's time for him to stop eating cereal. What else does he like, Mark, based on your podcast listening? What's his big food of choice?
Yeah, the cereal, the Uncrustables, the Pop-Tarts, yeah.
He literally is a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
You see, this is why they got to get married and have kids, because now Travis can eat Uncrustables with his toddler one day. And he's going to be on cloud 9. And Taylor can keep making those Pop-Tarts for Travis and their children one day.